First of all, Jai Hind to all of you. Welcome to CAPF Rakshak channel. We have been guiding the students who want to appear for the UPSC CAPF interview 2025. And so far, under my guidance, almost 120 officers have joined various academies in last 4 years. So this is the fifth batch of 2025 I am guiding now. So continuing with the requirements of the UPSC in interview. We'll only talk about that. First of all, your personality should be A1. By personality, I mean to say you should be well groomed. That is, your haircut should be proper, your mustache should be proper, you should have coat, pant, tie, matching coat, pant, tie, boot polished, belt, etc. And there should be a smile on your face. That is the first requirement. Because you will be facing challenges in your life in future. You may have to serve for 35 years, or if some of you are young, they may be serving for 38 to 40 years in the service, maybe in the CRPF, BSF, ITPP, CSF, any of the services. So we require the young persons who can face the challenges of the coming times. So there should be smile on your face. Even if you don't know the answer of any question, it hardly matters because they are just testing your personality. They are not checking your general knowledge. So therefore, have smile on your face. That is the first requirement. Now the second requirement is once you enter into the UPSC room, there will be board of officers. Minimum 5 officers are there. One is chairman or chairperson, depending maybe man or maybe woman. Then 4 other officers are there, including one psychologist. So you have to greet the chairperson, and once they ask you to take the seat, then take your seat. Don't remove the seat left, right, forward or backward because it has been kept appropriately at that place, and removal of seat or adjustment of seat according to your choice is considered as a part of manners. It means you are not well mannered. They have adjusted the seat accordingly. The seats should not be shifted. Thirdly, greet them. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the time of the day. Once the question starts, then you start replying. If they start asking questions in English, reply in English. If they start asking questions in Hindi, reply in Hindi. And those candidates who are replying the questions in Hindi, and if they feel that they can reply this question or a particular question in a better way in English, then they should shift the language. Or similarly, if they think that they can reply the question in a better way in Hindi language, they should shift the language. And if you are finding extremely difficult to answer the question in the language they are asking, then you can always say, sir, it would be better if I am asked questions in Hindi language. That is the right way to answer the questions. Now, first of all, you read your biodata completely. Your biodata has got 3-4 parts which should be kept in mind. Number one, your primary education. Number two, your secondary education. Number three, your intermediate or +2 education. Then your graduation. So all those cities or places where you had your graduations, post-graduation, schooling, that places should be well known to you. Why they are famous, what for these places are famous, and what is the economy of those places, how economy of those places is going on. Then your parents, if your parents are from Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Karnataka, then know their district also. That is the requirement. Similarly, now your parents are working somewhere else, say maybe working in Jaisalmer or maybe Badmer, if they are working in the forces, or they may be working in, say, Delhi, then learn about that place also. So all the places which are related to your biodata, that should be known to you. Now, once they start asking question about your biodata, they will keep in mind what are your hobbies, what are your interests. So 12 questions on your hobbies and interest also. Once this part of interview is over, they'll be asking the question on your state. You belong to Rajasthan state, they'll be asking 3-4 questions on Rajasthan state. Then coming to the national level, what are the current prominent events which are burning events? They should be known to you because there'll be 2-3 questions on national event, and then 2-3 questions on the international events also. Especially if you are joining the border security force or if you are joining the ITBP, then questions related to Pakistan, questions related to China. If you are joining SSB, is your first preference, then questions related to Nepal and Bhutan border. So this thing you have to keep in mind while preparing for the interview. So lastly, another important aspect is that we should give more emphasis on the biodata, hobbies, interests, games, then the state questions, then the national question, and lastly about the international questions. If you do not know any question correctly, then you can say, sir, I won't be able to add much to this answer. I know this much, but I'll gain the knowledge in due course of time. That is the correct method of answering the question. Then most of the relevant question is why you want to join the CSF, because most of the students want to have CSF as first preference. That question should be prepared very well. If your first choice is Border Security Force or CRPF or ITBP, then they may not be asking that question. But if your first choice is of CSF and you have written that my hobby is adventurism, so then it is contrast, because you're not that adventurous person. On the one way you want to join the CSF, and on the other hand you are saying that I am adventurous person. So these things have to be kept in mind while preparing for the interview. Now questions from your side. First of all, we'll tackle your questions. Yes, कुबेर start. हिंदी में भी पूछ सकते हैं.
सर, जैसे मैं लास्ट ईयर अपेयर हुआ था 2024 के इंटरव्यू में, तो अभी मतलब कि मेरा एक पहला क्वेश्चन डाउट में यही रहता है कि क्या, जैसे हम डेफ को तैयार, पिछली बार तो मेरा डेफ अच्छे से तैयार नहीं था, मेरी प्रिपरेशन सही से नहीं करी थी। तो सर डेफ को तैयार करें तो, और इंटरनेशनल और नेशनल हम इश्यू तैयार करें, तो उस टाइम हम कम्युनिकेशन को कैसे बेहतर कर सकते हैं खुद को, ताकि हम अच्छे से अपनी बात को कह सके। ये बिल्कुल प्रैक्टिस से आएगा, लेकिन और भी आप कुछ एडवाइस
देखिए
देना
सबसे
चाहें?
पहला मेथड तो यह है कि रीडिंग आपकी बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए. देन
ठीक।
you go to the mirror and whatever you have read during the day, speak before the mirror for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 7 minutes. So this will give you the confidence. Then we'll be holding
ओके
some
सर।
group discussions also on particular current affairs, which are burning events. So you have to speak comfortably and that in that group discussion also. So unless you go for the practice, you are not going to gain the confidence. But one thing is sure, that you must choose your language, because at the last minute you cannot choose the language. It is high time you select the language that I will appear in the interview in Hindi language.
यस सर।
Unless and until they force me to reply in English language. That is the correct method. You choose your language right now. That is the most important
यस सर।
way of handling the interview.
आई हैव।
Next, ऋषि प्रसाद वीडियो ऑन कर दो.
सर मैं जहाँ बैठा हूँ वहाँ लाइट नहीं है, मैं
ओके
अंधेरे में हूँ सर, इसलिए पार्डन।
ओके ओके. नेक्स्ट.
सर मैं क्या सवाल पूछ सकता हूँ?
हाँ पूछो पूछो.
हाँ सर, जैसे आप ड्यू कोर्स ऑफ टाइम में हमें बताते रहेंगे, गाइडेंस देते रहेंगे, बट ये जो इंटरव्यू में कम मार्क्स दिए जाते हैं 80 90, तो उसके पीछे लैक ऑफ नॉलेज के अलावा और क्या क्या रीजन हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि ये मेरी आखिरी अटेम्प्ट है और फर्स्ट टाइम का इंटरव्यू है। तो मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि एटलीस्ट तो गलतियां तो भी ना दूँ, बाकी तो मैं अच्छा सीखने की कोशिश
नहीं
करते ही
नहीं,
रहूंगा।
देखो
तो प्लीज
इसका
गो
मतलब
अहेड, प्लीज
आपका
बताइए।
इंटरव्यू अच्छा नहीं गया है। मैंने तो देखो ऐसे कैंडिडेट्स भी
नहीं
देखे हैं
सर,
जो हिंदी में बोलते
सर
हैं एंड दे हैव
मेरा
सिक्योर्ड
फर्स्ट,
120 मार्क्स इन इंटरव्यू। लैंग्वेज इज डजेंट मैटर, simply your confidence, personality, how you appear before the board, how you are handling the questions, whether you are knowing them or don't know them, how you handle the question, that is most important, and whether you are losing smile on your face or there wrinkle on your face while answering the question. There should be no wrinkles on your face.
यस सर, यस सर, मीन्स आई
Next.
हैव नॉट appeared earlier for interview, but it is my last attempt, so I for curiosity and to be cautious, I asked this question in another.
Don't worry about the interview part, we will prepare you accordingly. Simply you must have confidence in yourself. Next.
सर कोई भी टॉपिक कितने डेप्थ में प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए?
देखो कोई, it depends upon the question. Say there is a question on where is the Greenland? That is the first question. You will answer it correctly. Why US wants Greenland? That will be the second question. Then which countries are opposing US for annexing the Greenland? What kind of minerals are there in Greenland? What is the view of Prime Minister of Greenland? So this way you will have to prepare the Greenland. Say now there is a question on board of peace in the conflict between Israel and Palestine by USA, that is Trump. What do you understand by board of peace? How many countries were called there to represent in that board of peace? How a country can become member? What is the peace plan 2.0? What is the position of the India? Whether India wants to become member or not? Do you think that it will solve the conflict between Palestine and Israel? These are the questions which will come up once the international event has started. बात समझ में आई?
यस सर।
नेक्स्ट। ये प्रज्वल, आप कौन सी गेम खेलते हैं?
और गेम मतलब सर,
गेम जैसे हॉकी,
मतलब स्पोर्ट।
फुटबॉल,
स्पोर्ट्स,
बास्केटबॉल,
हाँ। फुटबॉल सर,
वॉलीबॉल।
फुटबॉल।
हाँ, फुटबॉल। नाउ देयर विल बी क्वेश्चन ऑन फुटबॉल. Name some of the football players of the country. Why football is not popular in our country? In which countries football is more popular? What should be done in our country that football becomes popular? Recently, a prominent player from which country came to India and there was stampede in that stadium? So this way you will have to prepare for the football. Got my point? जैसे अब ऋषि
यस
प्रसाद,
सर।
what is your hobby?
सर मेरी हॉबी है लोकल, रिलीजियस, नेचुरल और हिस्टोरिकल सिग्निफिकेंस हो ऐसे प्लेसेस को विजिट करना, और डिवोशनल गैदरिंग्स में कैसियो यानी सिंथेसाइजर बजाना।
Okay, okay, good. So which places you have visited so far in last 3 years?
सर अभी सज्जनगढ़, सिंहगढ़, पुणे में, उसके अलावा शनिवार वाड़ा, लाल महल, और उसके अलावा नासिक में त्र्यंबकेश्वर है,
ओके
और नासिक और हरिहरगढ़ है एक। इसके अलावा पुणे में एक भुलेश्वर करके जगह है।
ओके ओके
और और राजस्थान में भी जयपुर अपने जोधपुर का किला, ये सब।
ओके ओके. So they'll be asking philosophical questions from you. What do you understand by philosophy? What is soul? What is Paramatma? What is Atma? ठीक है.
यस यस।
What do you mean by Sanatan Dharma? Why there is conversion in Hindustan by Christians and by Muslims? How can we stop this conversion? What effort should be made by Hinduism so that there is no conversion? Got my point? Because the deep questions relate. Hobby means you are deeply linked to that subject. मीन्स आप दिल से करते हैं, आपके ऊपर कोई दबाव नहीं है, आप अपने मन से कर रहे हैं. मन से कर रहे हैं तो उसकी नॉलेज बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए.
सर
हेलो
क्या
सर.
था?
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
सर सर मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि जैसे आपने कहा हॉबी का तो है वो जो हम दिल से करते हैं, बट अब वहाँ स्पोर्ट्स का सेक्शन था और ईमानदारी से तो स्पोर्ट्स खेलने का समय ही नहीं मिला और खेले भी नहीं बचपन में, तो लिख तो दिया है, तो फिर जेन्युइन बात तो नहीं कर पाएंगे, ऐसा ये कहना।
नहीं, उसमें देखो, अब थोड़ा बहुत तो आपके कागज कहीं ना कहीं बोल रहे होंगे ना कि +2 में आपने बैडमिंटन खेला या खो खो खेला. कहीं ना कहीं कागज से निकलेगा ये क्वेश्चन. ठीक है ना. तो फिर उसके बारे में नॉलेज होनी चाहिए हमें. वो कागज से ही पकड़ेंगे, उनको कोई सपना थोड़ी आएगा कि आप क्या खेलते हैं क्या नहीं खेलते हैं. वो तो आपका डैप बोलेगा सब कुछ. डैप से ही क्वेश्चन निकलेंगे. आप अपनी डैप को 10 बार पढ़ो, अपने आप क्वेश्चन तैयार हो जाएंगे. इसका मतलब है नो दाई सेल्फ. नो दाई सेल्फ मीन्स मैं अपने आप को जानूं, मैं अपने आप को पहचानूं. इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूं कि रीड योर बायोडाटा 10 टाइम्स, फ्रेम ऑल द रेलेवेंट क्वेश्चंस ऑन योर बायोडाटा सो दैट यू हैंडल द फर्स्ट पार्ट वेरी कंफर्टेबली. चलो, आपकी हॉबी क्या है? चैतन्य, आपकी हॉबी क्या है?
सर मेरी हॉबी है फोर्ट्स को विजिट करना, डिवोशनल सॉन्ग्स को सुनना, और सर मुझे मूवीज और डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज देखना पसंद है.
ओके ओके. मूवीज और डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज. कैन यू नेम सम ऑफ द
हाँ
डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज
सर.
यू हैव सीन?
Sir, I have watched natural documentaries such as Our Planet and the Cosmos and Wild Karnataka. These are some natural documentaries that I have watched.
ओके ओके ओके. Which movies you have
Sir, I
seen so
have
far?
one question.
Which movies
Uh, Sir, I
recently?
watched some. Sir, I have not prepared the list right now, but I watch
Prepare the
not
list
the
of those
commercial
movies,
cinema, but
because then they'll be
okay, sir.
asking quick questions. This much of time won't be
Okay,
given.
sir.
You should simply put out 2 3 movies, and they'll be asking the relevant
Okay, sir.
question. ठीक है ना? यस, क्वेश्चन क्या है आपका, बोलिए.
सर ग्रेजुएशन को कितने डेप्थ तक प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए मेरा सर?
ग्रेजुएशन पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के ज्यादा क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेंगे, बहुत कम
ठीक है
पूछेंगे.
सर.
अगर आप इंटरव्यू में
ठीक है सर.
बहुत बिल्कुल बात नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, तब शायद उनके दिमाग में आए कि ये जो बच्चा मेरे सामने आया है शायद इंट्रोवर्ट है, ये कुछ बता नहीं पा रहा है. देन दे मे कम टू द रिलेवेंट सब्जेक्ट्स ऑफ केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स, बॉटनी, जियोलॉजी, इंजीनियरिंग. अदरवाइज बहुत कम सब्जेक्ट पूछेंगे, इस पे ज़्यादा नहीं पूछते हैं.
ओके.
एक आधा क्वेश्चन कोई हो तो हो, उसके ऊपर ज़्यादा तैयार करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज यू हैव ऑलरेडी बीन असेस्ड इन द रिटन पार्ट. It is the personality
ओके
test,
सर.
so prepare for the personality.
सर सर प्लीज आप ये बता सकते हैं डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में इम्पोर्टेंस वाइज कि डैफ, करंट करंट अफेयर, ग्रेजुएशन सब्जेक्ट, इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी, इन सब में हम कैसे प्रायोरिटाइज करें, क्या ये बता सकते हैं प्लीज?
ये मैं आपको नेक्स्ट वीडियो टॉक होगी उसमें बताएंगे आपको, डोंट वरी, we'll tell you in the next video talk. Anything else you want to ask? Okay then,
सर
thank you very
जो
much.
वाई
Yes, बोलिए प्लीज.
सर वाई CAPF ये सवाल पूछते हैं, तो हमने हमारे एंड से आंसर तैयार किया है, बट क्या आप प्लीज बता सकते हैं कि एक अफसर को मतलब क्या अच्छा लगता है सुनने में?
ये
आप
हम बात
एक्सपीरियंस
करेंगे,
शेयर कर
we'll
सकते
be
हैं प्लीज?
dealing with these questions subsequently, don't worry, we'll be dealing with these questions. Okay, thank you. Jai Hind.
थैंक यू
थैंक यू
सर।
सर।
जय हिंद।